YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. I took a short vacation, had some time away, enjoyed some family and friends in another part of the country, and so now I'm back and it's time to get to work. We took delivery a few days ago from this upload of the 55-inch Samsung S95D. This is the 2024 third generational QD-OLED. This does feature an all matte finish screen, so some controversy there for some people, but we're definitely going to check it out. We are going to be unboxing this thing, giving you an initial impressions, and there's going to be a couple of different videos coming out of this particular TV. One in specific, the PC gaming functionality. We'll dive into that at some point, but guys, we're going to get it going right after this intro. Welcome back to the channel. So we're going to card in a little bit of content here that's going to be coming. I bought this very inexpensive Cooler Master Box Q300L case. This is a PC case, and I actually did buy this a couple of times when the COVID pandemic hit. I have two daughters that live in another part of the country, and because they were homeschooling, I built them one computer each using this case. This is an interesting case because it has the ability to stand up in this vertical orientation. You can also go horizontal too, as it does on its back have some rubber feet for it to be able to position itself. And when you do that, all right guys, we're going to start this off with a brief unboxing. I don't want to make this too drawn out, so we're going to B-roll over here. I just wanted to get the box open. At this point I decided I'd just get it off into the other room. It's a smaller TV. Last year I bought all 77s, quite a few of them, but this one's in 55. Get this thing on out of the box. My interest initially was just to, take a look at the panel, make sure that it was all nice, clean, no dents. That's kind of an insider last year. My first S95C, I thought it was dented, but they used this mallet to like assemble the TV. But it's got a nice, clean aesthetic, speakers, subwoofers, nice woofer drivers on the back. Got that One Connect proprietary connection back there. Real nice, clean stuff there. And then the TV stand pretty much comes in a couple different parts. It's not too hard to assemble. You follow the instructions, you'll be able to get it, no issues. I think you can get it done with one person. I was able to do 77 myself, so 55, no issue. Looking into some of the accessories, does come with two different One Connect connections. One's going to be if the TV is mounted, and one's if it's connected to its base. And then lastly, what we get out of the package is going to be the remote in the actual One Connect box. Yesterday I posted a video comparing just the aesthetics and my thoughts on looking at this One Connect from 2024 and the one last year with the S95C 2023. Outside of model and HDMI ports, they look to be about the same, but just an overview look at what you're getting from there. So I'm going to be placing this in this one small little space where I got this chessboard, Street Fighter chess set. And because the TV has this center base, which I really love, you don't have to have a lot of space to be able to get this in position. So works out to be really well. Got this thing all set up. And now that we've got it unboxed and assembled, we can get right into the initial impressions of what we see when we turn it on. All right, guys, so B-rolling over. Initial look at this thing. I can see myself very, very little through the viewfinder, and I believe it's just because the camera's just letting in somehow a little bit more light. Looks like perfectly black. I don't know. I mean, I don't see the problem with this. I think the most controversial piece to what people might think is that this will distort some type of quality. It's like looking into a void. In fact, I'll go a little further to say that you can see me through the viewfinder just because like I said, the lens is picking it up as a reflection. I cannot see myself at all. I can't see the dome light. I'm in a room with a very, very bright pair of two LED lights in the ceiling, and I'm not seeing anything. I didn't capture the screen peel, but when I had the film on there, the protective film this comes with, I could see everything 100%. Like I was flexing in it was like a reflection. I was flexing in front of it before I could, but and I should have caught that content, but yeah, not able to see anything at all in person. It just looks like a void. I mean, and I think that's kind of sort of what you want. Now, keeping in mind, my purchase made 55-inch because of a gaming space, right? This is what I think it should be. And we'll have a collective of different types of means of content around some different things that I'm wanting to investigate with this TV. But just my initial impressions, looking at just the matte finish, I love it 100%. I love it. In fact, looking over to the left at my QD-OLED, and if you look closely, you can see me. You can see me from the PC down below too. But looking at the actual screen, I can actually see myself within that. That's a QD-OLED Gen 3 gloss. This thing, you cannot see myself. Now, again, looking at the viewfinder, I just think it's treating it as a reflection, but I cannot see anything looking into this. So this is good for me. This is where I think the biggest advantage of this finish comes to play. Of course, the community, both the enthusiasts and the viewership, are torn with this versus last year's model. But yeah, that's the first look at the matte screen. All right, so we are messing with the setup of this. Looks good, looks nice, bright. Like I said, no reflections there, so that part I'm enjoying. Gonna go ahead and get this thing updated for, you know, whatever options might be there. So far, I like what I'm seeing. If you're familiar with seeing a QD-OLED, you know whites are going to have a little bit of a pinkish tint to them. It's just something that I'm familiar with. The most pure white is going to come from an LED TV or a MLA OLED is going to be the best representation. But the whites do look pretty good on here. There's that slight little bit of pink that I can detect, but I'm liking what I'm seeing very much so. Now, I've set the TV up to be on retail mode, so as soon as we get past this, I'm not going to sit you guys through the whole entire download. We'll take a look at some demo content, and hopefully you've been using the timestamps. We will take a look at a little bit of gaming content also on this. So we'll be right back in the next transition. All right, so in between the demo, again, you know, it just kind of showing the auto screen. You know, this looks like a void, man. It's just, I love this. I just don't understand the loss in picture quality. It's just, to me, it's you're retaining more. I think this is a really good option for people, especially if they were interested in the frame. Which, by the way, this TV, though I have it smaller, that could be a part of it, but it seems a little bit thinner. I don't know for sure. It's hard to compare a 55 to 77, and you know, we'll get to that point of talking about that. But I love the design of it. But if you were interested in like maybe the frame or something like that, you know, this obviously gets you the higher echelon of picture quality, but you still do get that where black looks black even when you're in a room that's got a ton of light. You know, the most distracting thing with an OLED TV is when you're sitting down and you're trying to watch the content, but you have to watch what's behind you, right? Because the screen acts as kind of a mirror, if you will. And so it is distracting if you don't have a room that has controlled light source. So this puts this in a good space for a lot of people, myself included. One of the opportunities with like my A95L, even though it's a masterful piece of TV technology, of course we'll get to some comparisons with that too, I digress, is that I have to concern myself with reflections. So I really do think this was a good option, you know, for Samsung to do that. All right, so just taking a look at some demo content that's integrated into the TV. This content was also in the S90C and the S95C. So a little disappointed that this is still being utilized, but it looks great. Looks very, very much so on purpose, and similarly to what I have experienced too. Now, just telling you what my thoughts are, just looking at the black levels and things like that. I think the biggest thing is that when I talked about this earlier, looking like the matte finish makes it look like a void. It just eats the light. Like, I mean, I don't know. There's no other way to really, you know, talk about it. It eats the light. So black, to me, black looks absolutely how it should look. Now, I'm pretty sure that there's, you know, more technical YouTubers that will be able to, you know, point out some of the disadvantages to the finish that this has. But, you know, to this demo, everything looks very much so on purpose. Obviously, like right there, looking at the black tuxedo, but you know, they're focusing on the contrast here, where most of these shots have just this infinitely black background. In almost every shot, there's some part of the shot where something is going to be blacker than even the color black on like the tile there, right? This example right here. So I mean, it looks good, man. It looks exactly like it should. Of course, when you have content in demo, where you have the TV in demo mode, everything is turned up. So this is, of course, being ran on like the vivid, the dynamic is what they call it, not vivid, dynamic. But yeah, it looks pretty solid. Now we'll get to a point where, you know, we'll do some S95C versus this. How well I'll be able to kind of make both of these look, I'm not sure, man, because one's a 77 inch that I have on the wall. This is a 55 inch, so I'll probably have a hell of a time trying to get those shots aligned. I'm not going to stress myself trying to make that content happen, but I'll do what I can. But yeah, just giving a run through of this. You know, reds, everything looks on purpose. All right, so we are going to transition some things over. This isn't going to be the full review, but I do want to get some actual gaming content on here, because that's what I got this thing for. So in order for me to be able to do that, I am going to back out, tamper around with the settings. This is not going to be a settings video. So we will take a brief look at just kind of what presets I have for this. But I'm going to go ahead and get the gaming PC set up. There will be a video tomorrow coming out about this case and this build that I did. So if you're interested, you can definitely check that out. All of this stuff just kind of ties in. So yeah, we're gonna transition timestamps over into some PC gaming right now. All right, so got my gaming PC connected to it. I haven't messed around with the refresh rate or anything, or any type of colors, contrasts, or anything. Just hook the PC up to it. We're gonna move you a little bit so you can just kind of get a look. We got this thing just set right there. Okay, one connect down there, PC down there. Again, video for that will be out tomorrow. It's already been shot. Just gotta get it edited after this. So if you're interested in just what this little PC has into it, just some spare parts I had around. But yeah, so we got capable components in here so we can have a enjoyable experience with some gaming. Right now, there's just a front end going on here, and it's just got some fighting games. Okay, we got a secondary drive in this too. I don't want to get too much into the logistics of the PC stuff, but I wanted to just be able to load some content up, just to, you know, just to be able to see this thing in action, just kind of out of the box, if you will. As I said, we haven't done anything to settings to put us in a position where we can modify things. So let's go ahead and see if we can. Oh, this is new. You hit the settings button, and then you get these options that come up. I actually like that. I think that'll be smart things. This will be bringing up the digital keypad. And so let's go here for settings. We have modified some settings on the TV. We have the game optimizer turned on, and we know this by holding the pause button or play button. Right? So we've got a nice stable frame rate counter, a resolution there. High dynamic range and variable refresh rate is all turned on. Picture settings are to what I want them to be. Volume on this thing set to 20. Speakers are pretty good. I don't have a lot of experience with using the speakers on the S95C, but again, we'll talk about that when we get to comparisons of that. This is Alone in the Dark 2024, so probably be the only time in your life that you'll see this game on this TV reviewed. So we're just going to utilize this a little bit. Just go to the video settings. This PC isn't the strongest, so we'll be taking advantage of Deep Learning Super Sample. My primary focus for this is more SDR games. However, this game is running in HDR. So just some the settings. We do have the presets to Epic, frame rate on unlimited, so we can do up to 144 hertz with, again, a resolution being 4K. So let's go ahead and get to some gameplay here. just initially looking at this, looks really good in my opinion. I keep talking about the matte finish. I don't see the quality loss. I think it's really going to be one of these things where I'd have to get this comparison next to something else, next to a screen that has the not matte finish. So we will definitely put ourselves in position to review this. So let's get past this and take a look at it and check it out. All right, so looking mighty clean. Oh boy. That sun was definitely clipping the shit out of this camera, excuse my language.
So, your uncle, what's wrong with him?
Looks real good in person, man.
He's possessed.
As in the devil?
Something like that. He says a dark man is following him, watching him at all times.
What do you make of it?
It's nonsense, of course. But I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me. You see, it runs in my family.
All right, wanted to get past the cut scheme. Let's get to a little bit of gameplay. Yeah, that black is black, man.
It's too dark in here. I can't see anything. I need the key.
I've got windows to the left of me. So let's just show you. I'm going to move you guys. All right. So not totally any blackouts. I'm going to open these just to see what this does to the screen. Let there be light. So that's what happens. You got this. It's a matte screen. You're still able to see much more than what you would be if, you know, this was like the glossy screen. Right now with this light coming in, if this was a glossy screen, I'd be able to see myself. Like I got my arms up and stuff like that right now. So the biggest thing, again, when you have any type of lighting, like this is direct light coming right on this thing, and the blinds make it a little trippy. Here, let me open the blinds all the way. So as you can see, my blinds completely open, but the point is, I got a crap ton of light. This window is totally open, right? And Give you an example. This is my QD-OLED that is glossed, right? I can see that totally, right? I mean, it's the best kind of example I can give you. This, I should be able to see everything that's in front of it, which is camera, myself, and I can't. I can play this thing, and while, yeah, I can see this is visible clearly, that's an obstruction to the screen. It doesn't change the fact that I can actually see what's going on on the screen, okay? Versus, again, if I was more like playing on this, I'd be seeing myself and everything, like me having my hand up. So again, it's kind of the biggest advantage to the matte screen, especially if you're gaming or in a room where, again, you don't have that controllable light. Let's bring this to some conclusions. All right, guys, so let's talk about some conclusions. Just kind of sum up some things here as to what my thoughts are about this TV. The 2024 Samsung S95D is the flagship 4K OLED that they have for this year. Now, depending on who you ask, due to the finish of the screen, some will say, hey, you know, it's going to retain quality or it'll be a distraction. Personally, for me, I think it depends on what your expectations are, what your use case might be. For myself, gaming, hey man, this thing is flawless from the perspective of everything that they've added. Now, I didn't go full deep dive into this. I don't want to spend too much time talking about what everybody's going to be talking about with the menu. There's obviously been some picture processing added to the TV, but I just kind of wanted to get the initial, you know, connections and impressions of this thing. And the biggest test for this is the finish of the screen. It's a matte screen finish, so this is something new to what they've offered. Their third year into doing OLED panels. Again, I happen to be I champion this. I think it's great. As a person that has 2 Generation 3 24 QD-OLED monitors, as well as virtually every one of the TV that's come out for the last 2 years, they've all been that glossy look. Samsung actually has a monitor coming out that will have the same matte finish, and again, this finish is very similar to the frame. So for those of you that might have been on the fence, this is a great option. It does give you that that one frame like design, kind of similar to the LG G3 and the Samsung frame. So those of you that are interested in maybe mounting this up, the One Connect box seems to be upgraded too. I don't have the proper equipment to test. I've read various things that have led me to believe that the HDMI ports are fully 48 gigabyte. I don't think that had anything to do with the blackout issues that I've had. I just think that ironically, whatever chipset they've increased on it, because again, you know, with the video that I posted yesterday, if you've seen that, comparing the 23 One Connect box to the 24, I'll be making some content seeing if these One Connect boxes work on the other models, because it'll be interesting to see if this new One Connect box will get hooked up to my S95C, if that will kind of remove all the issues that I've had. Beyond that, I enjoy the TV. I think it's great, and I'm going to make a lot of content on the TV. Let me know what you guys want to see, what you thought about this. Please show some support. Leave a comment, like the video, maybe consider sharing it, getting it out there. I'm trying to grow my channel, and I do appreciate you. That's what I got. Catch you guys on the next video. Peace, God bless, and as I always say, max love.